This week on WestfordCAT News, Principal Kevin LaCoste visits Robinson School in a wheelchair on November 1st.
What did you think about Duncan the dinosaur? Do you think he loves books? What do you think about the mouse? Do you think the mouse likes books? Can you give me a thumbs up if you like books?
Superintendent Bill Olsen reports on student enrollment, and town health professionals tell you how to avoid the flu.
Cover your mouth when you're coughing, and if you're sick, stay home. So everybody out there, if you've got employees, let them stay home when they're sick.
Stay tuned. WestfordCAT News is next. I'm Chuck Steinhauser, a WestfordCAT volunteer. Now, before we get started, I'd like to remind you to sign up for our email alerts to get our latest Westford News articles. Just visit westfordcatnews.org and click on the red subscribe button in the upper right corner. Budgets are built on enrollment projections, so Superintendent Bill Olsen has been working with statistician George Murray to project the number of students attending the town's 9 schools. Here's what Olsen said at the school committee meeting on November 4th.
George has projected a decline of about 54 students for next year. His projection is for 4,896 students. I'm going through the report with our administrators and just trying to reconcile some of the enrollments from grade to grade, and may come close to this, I believe. We had a very good discussion. George is very bright, has done an outstanding job. He does the enrollment projections for some other school systems also. And I mentioned to him that what we were seeing is that the people who are coming into town new with students are primarily bringing students in the upper elementary grade levels and into middle school, and not necessarily K to 2, and he said, well, it's interesting you mentioned that because that's exactly what my research is determining also. And so I think that's going to be a trend that we're going to see for a while. In next year's kindergarten projections, I've trimmed that down just a little bit because the birth year for those students that will be attending kindergarten next year indicated about 135 births in Westford. Now that's down from 170 the prior year.
Watch the entire school committee meeting at westfordcat.org. Kevin LaCoste visited the Robinson Elementary School on November 1st and read a book to his students. LaCoste, principal of the Robinson School, suffered a serious spinal cord injury in July and now uses a wheelchair.
Then the mouse read those 2 wonderful words like the last sip of a chocolate milkshake. The end. But actually, it was only the beginning. So, what did you think about Duncan the dinosaur? Do you think he loves books? What do you think about the mouse? Do you think the mouse likes books? Can you give me a thumbs up if you like books? Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I love reading books. Dun 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 dun. You can put your hands down. I love reading books, but I also love listening to books too, when they're being read aloud. Do you think Mouse and Duncan will become good friends? I do too. I hope you enjoyed the book.
To welcome LaCoste back to the school, interim principal Scott Middlemiss brought the entire school community together to sing the Andy Grammer song, "Don't Give Up." Then Middle Miss unveiled the day's biggest surprise. Grammer had sent a video of himself and band singing the song to LaCoste.
Kevin! What up, man? Andy Grammer here. I love you deeply, and I think you're surrounded by a bunch of people that love you. If those people in the room right now, if you could just scream and show your love for Kevin, that would make me happy. Go for it. I know they love you because there have been so many messages that have gotten to me directly saying that we need to sing you a specific version of Don't Give Up on Me because of how incredible of a human you are and all the service that you've done for your community, and everybody just loves you so deeply, and now I do, and I haven't even met you yet. I can't wait to meet you. But this one goes out to you. Never give up. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We love you. Here we go.
Let's do it.
So he's gonna sing this song again.
I will fight.
Middle Miss said LaCoste will make more visits to the school in the future. Have you gotten your flu shot yet? Health Director Jeff Stevens and Public Health Nurse Gail Johnson came to the WestfordCAT studio on November 5th to tell you why getting a flu shot matters.
The common cold is a virus, but the flu is also a virus that is a little stronger. And when you have the flu, the biggest difference, I would say, Gail, is the fever.
The fever. The fever, the chills, the aches in the muscles, joint pain, everything. Just you feel 10 times worse than just a common cold. Common cold, you still have the cold and the cough, but you don't have the fever usually. So the flu is just that, and the muscle aches and all of. You know you have the flu when you have the flu. You're really sick.
So the virus is a different structure than a common cold virus?
Yep. Mm-hmm. But so the flu vaccine is made to help diminish there's no immunization out there that prevents you from getting the flu.
Right.
But if you get the flu, and when you add the antibodies into your body after getting the flu vaccine, it decreases the severity of the flu. So it's best to get your flu shot. So that's very, very important.
The flu is preventable.
Yeah.
And if you do things like wash your hands on a regular basis, like Gail said, avoid the hand-to-mouth activities, cover your mouth when you're coughing, and if you're sick, stay home. So everybody out there, if you've got employees, let them stay home when they're sick. That's a great way to make sure people don't get sick.
To watch the entire interview with News Director Joyce Polino-Crane, visit westfordcat.org. Andy LaGrega, a principal of Boston-based Wilder, a real estate development and management company, and his colleagues are redefining the Westford Valley marketplace on Littleton Road. LaGrega is targeting trendy restaurants for the plaza. Having a business that provides an experience, such as a restaurant, is the focus, he said. It's getting people to come out and do something they can't do in front of a computer, he said. At 175 Littleton Road, a Mr. Mac's restaurant is opening in mid-November. The eatery makes macaroni and cheese dishes with a choice of different cheeses, meats, and vegetables. One storefront at Westford Valley Marketplace is newly occupied by Compassion Massage, offering another type of experience. On October 28th, at special town meeting, the Wilder Company won voter approval authorizing the Select Board to petition the General Court for 2 additional alcohol licenses in the plaza. LaGrega said his company's agreements with the new tenants was contingent on getting the liquor licenses. In all, the company has about 20,000 square feet to fill in the plaza, including the space that once housed Papa Gino's Pizza. The restaurant closed in November 2018. Meanwhile, LaGrega said the remodeling and expansion of Karma, a Chinese-Japanese fusion restaurant located in the plaza, will finish soon. The remodeling of Karma is expected to be completed by mid-November. After hearing a series of complaints by Vose Hill residents whose neighbor allegedly used his home as an Airbnb investment property, the Select Board asked the Planning Board to sponsor a zoning bylaw amendment to address concerns about short-term rentals. Here's Director of Land Use Management, Jeff Morissette.
It sounds like the Planning Board has an open mind to working with the Board of Selectmen, perhaps ultimately taking the lead role with input from the Selectmen in crafting a zoning bylaw with benefit of council and staff.
Correct. So moved.
The vote in favor of creating a new bylaw was unanimous. To watch the entire planning board meeting, visit WestfordCAT.org. New this week at the indoor farmers market will be Del Sur empanadas from Lowell. The Fish Lady of Southborough is expected to show up, and farm-grown produce and beef can be purchased. The market is held on Tuesdays from 2:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Roden Bush Community Center, 65 Main Street. It closes for the season on November 26th. Here's Superintendent Bill Olsen with news about the schools.
Hi, this is Superintendent of Schools Bill Olsen with another school system update. Well, it's been a very enjoyable and successful year so far as we approach Thanksgiving. It continues to be extraordinarily busy. We are still working on putting together the fiscal 21 school department budget. That applies to the 2020-2021 school year. And so we look forward to be able to present that budget to the Town Manager and to the Board of Selectmen and Finance Committee sometime later this month, after the school committee has had a presentation from me and has had an opportunity to discuss the budget in a preliminary manner. And their review of the budget will continue for about a month and a half to 2 months to make sure that there's a thorough understanding of what is in the budget, what's not in the budget, the services that we're able to provide, and services that we think are necessary, but just at the present time cannot afford to offer in our school system to make it a better school system. Coming up in early December, on December 7th, is the Westford Academy Holiday Bazaar. That always has very, very many vendors and thousands of people who come through the doors to visit. It's a wonderful time, and I hope you will attend. I want to remind all of you also that the town has contracted with a company by the name of Health Management Associates. The town, through town meeting, has invested in a study on gap analysis, the gap analysis in the school system and in the town as a whole, in terms of what we're doing to address issues of social, emotional learning with students and mental health issues, so that we can provide greater service to the students and to the residents of town. And that is currently being undertaken, and there is a questionnaire that has been available to you to fill out, and I would strongly encourage you to complete that survey questionnaire as soon as possible and as thoroughly as possible, because it's your opinions and ideas that are very important to us in terms of making us a better school system and allowing the town to provide better, more effective, and more meaningful services to you. So Bill Olsen, I always enjoy talking with you, and I'll see you next time.
Zira, a 6-year-old black lab featured in June, is again available for adoption at the Lowell Humane Society. Here's WestfordCAT production coordinator Patty Stalker with more.
Zira is a 6-year-old black lab that we featured back in June. She was recently brought back to the Lowell Humane Society after her adopters were unable to devote enough time to her separation anxiety issues. Here's the shelter's volunteer coordinator, Marie Belarjon, with more.
This is Zira. Zira is a 6.5-year-old black lab. She did originally come to the shelter as a stray a little over a year ago, and at that time we did find that she had heartworm. She spent some time in a foster home while she was undergoing treatment, and she was fully cleared. She is an absolute love of a dog. She loves to hang out with other dogs in the dog park, going on walks, things like that, but she's not going to look to enjoy a life with another animal in her home. She does want to be the only pet. Zira would be fine living in a home with older kids that have maybe spent a little bit of time around a dog. We are looking for a vet reference for Miss Zira. She is a little bit heavy, and she does need a little help to lose weight, so we're looking for a family that can really work with a vet on a weight loss plan. Overall, she's an absolute sweetheart, but she does have a few little quirks. Zira likes to eat things that maybe should not be eaten. So her family is going to have to be willing to be on the lookout for that as well. I'll be honest, Miss Zira is currently my favorite dog here at the shelter. She is just an absolute love bug. She likes to be petted. She will, if you sit on the ground, she'll often like put her head in your lap. She likes to get lots of love and affection. Exercise, maybe not her favorite thing. She did participate in our recent Muddy Paws 5K. She did the 1 mile version and she came in at a whopping 38 minutes for her 1 mile walk. But she finished, that's what counts. If you're looking for a new companion, I can't recommend Zira enough, as long as you're able to work with a vet on a diet plan and also are aware that, you know, she might chew things that are not totally appropriate.
If you think you'd like to provide Zira with her forever home, or would like more information on donating to or volunteering at the Lowell Humane Society, visit them Tuesday through Sunday at 951 Broadway Street in Lowell, or go to lowellhumanesociety.org. Call 978-452-7781. You can also find them on Facebook. For WestfordCAT, I'm Patty Stalker.
This is her. Hi, Mama. I know I love you. Thank you.
Temperatures have dropped. Here's what weather.com is forecasting.
I'm Erica Ramirez, a WestfordCAT college intern with things to do in the area. The Cookbook Club is dedicated to exploring cookbooks and sampling new recipes. The group meets on the third Thursday of the month at the J.V. Fletcher Library. The next one meets on Thursday, November 21st at 7 p.m. The November pick is Julia and Jacques, Cooking at Home by Julia Child and Jacques Pepin. Copies are available for checkout at the main desk. If you would like to bring a dish from the cookbook, please contact Sarah Regan at Information Services at 978-399-2309. No registration required. The Parish Center for the Arts will be having a classical string quartet concert on Sunday, November 17th at 4 p.m. in Westford. The hour-long performance will include sampling of music inspired by a variety of dances such as tangos, waltzes, polkas, and more. It will feature musicians Nikki Payne and Lynn Bazilla on violin, Elaine Leisinger on viola, and Shay Rudolph on cello. Residents can bring their own drinks. General admission is $20, members and senior tickets are $17, teens and college students are $10, and children 12 and under are $5. For more information, call 978-692-6333. UMass Lowell Off-Broadway Players is presenting a dramatic comedy called She Kills Monsters on Wednesday, November 20th at 7:30 p.m. The play will be held at the Comley Lane Theater at UMass Lowell. Tickets are $5 for UMass Lowell students, seniors, and members of the military, and $10 for adults. For more information, go to their Facebook page called UMass Lowell Off-Broadway Players. Back to you, Chuck.
That's it for now. We leave you with scenes of the newly featured exhibits inside the Westford Museum.